How you doing? I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Today I wanted to talk about habits are the only prisons where the locks are on the inside, right? So with any habit, right, you know, you're the one that's in ultimate control, right? The habit may seem like it's controlling you. You know, the habit is, most habits are there. Their definition of a habit is that it's underneath your conscious mind, right? So it's down in the subconscious and it happens without you even thinking about it, right? But in terms of habits being a prison, they sort of lock you up into a way of thinking about things, a way of doing things, and in order to change them, you've got to consciously start to think about them, right? You can't change anything if you're not aware of all the nuances of the habit, right? You're not aware of all the working parts, I should say. You know, the nuances can come about later on, and a lot of the time the nuances, and when I'm talking about nuances, I'm talking about the small little ticks that keep everything working like clockwork, right? Keep your habit working like clockwork, good or bad. I've said before, any habit is based around repetition, right? So you repeat something enough times and it will become a habit, right? If you keep doing something enough times, it will become a habit, regardless of whether the habit is good or bad. Your brain doesn't give a fuck whether the habit is good or bad. Your mental mind, your logical mind, that's the one that cares, right, about these things. And you know, your moralistic view of doing this, and you're looking at it and you're thinking, well, drinking is bad, it's causing me harm, it's causing other people harm, and I don't want to do it anymore, right? But from a habitual perspective, from the parts of your brain that create these habits, it has no moral compass, right? It doesn't really do anything based on whether it's good or bad, right or wrong. It does it based on the fact that you're repeating something over and over again, right? But like I say, you're the one that's in complete control of this, 100%, right? Nobody else can control your habits. You know, other people can say to you, well, this is a bad habit I don't like, or this is a bad habit that you have to change, or this is a bad habit that you've got to change, and if you don't change it, I'm going to leave you, I'm going to do something about it. If you don't change it, if you don't do the work to change it, then you're not going to change. You know, one of the ways of looking at this from an alcohol point of view is you can go to a dry out clinic, you can go to a rehab, you can pay 50 grand a month for some of the top rehabs out there, right? You can hire a personal coach to help you through it, but it's not going to work, right, unless you do the work, right? They can only give you the theory, they can tell you which direction is the best direction for you to go, or they can direct you in certain ways, right? But at the end of the day, you're the only person that knows yourself, right, inside. You're the only person that can give yourself instant feedback, right, whether something is working or not. And you're the only person that can really put this whole thing into action, right? So the first thing you have to do, like I say, bring the subconscious stuff into the conscious mind. You have to think about the triggers, think about the behaviors, think about the rewards that you're getting. Think about the drinking every time you have a drink, right? Before you stop drinking, think about that drink and think about what you're getting out of it, right? What it tastes like. Think about how you develop that taste, you know. Think about all these different aspects of your drinking, right? Think about the damage that it's doing inside of you, right? Think about the negative stuff. If you want to get rid of a negative habit, you've got to push your mind into a negative frame of mind, right? Think about this as negatively as possible, right? And all of this is going to take time, right? It's not going to, you know, you can buy a book, right, that says how to stop drinking now, right? I've got a book that says how to stop drinking, right? I've got a book called the 30-Day Habit Reboot, right? 30-Day Habit Reboot, I think that's what it's called. 30-Day Alcohol Reboot, yeah, that's the one. I can't even remember my own book titles. But it's not going to change your life in 30 days. You know, like how to stop drinking alcohol, you know, it's just like, the title suggests that you read this book and you can quit drinking alcohol. It's not going to be the fact, right? You have to it takes time, right? It takes time for the habit to build up in the first place, right? It takes repetition over and over and over again. When I'm talking about repetition, I'm talking about everything from going to the pub over and over again. You get used to it. Drinking a certain drink over and over again, right? You get used to each mouthful, the taste of each mouthful. You get used to the feeling of whatever it's giving you, you know? And it's the same thing on the opposite end of the scale. It takes time to break this down. And it also takes discomfort. You have to. You're going to feel discomfort. If you don't want to feel discomfort, tough shit, right? It's going to happen. And there's nothing you can do to get away with that, right? So, don't, you know, the habit is within your control, right? A habit is only a prison if you let it be a prison, right? It takes time to break these things down. It takes some discomfort, but you're the only one who can really do it, right? So, till next time, if you have any questions at all, leave them down in the comment section below. If you want to come over to sign up to the new Alcohol Mastery coaching program, there's a link down below for that as well. You can also sign up for the starter pack. There's a couple of bits and pieces in there that might help you to quit drinking alcohol. Just come over to the main page, alcoholmastery.com, leave your name and your email address, and I'll send that out to you straight away. So until next time, take care of yourself. I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Onwards and upwards. Take care. Bye bye now.